Hi, everybody. June here from Red Daisy Crafts. So great to be with you again today. Today is March 2nd, and it's a beautiful day. We had a gorgeous day here in San Antonio. The weather has been great all weekend. We're like in the 70s. It's nice, sweet spot. I'm kind of wondering if we'll get any more cold weather here or if it will just continue to get nice, stay nice for spring for a few weeks, and then it will start to heat up. I just don't know. We'll see. Um, so it is so great to have everybody here. I hope that when you pop in, that you will leave me a message, say hello. I'm excited for today. I have some fun things to share. And as usual, we will always kind of go over where we're at with Paper Pumpkin. And so I am going to put you all down to the table and we'll do a little housekeeping and then we'll get started. So thanks for being here. There we go. All right, so we are working with the February Hello Spring. That one uh, ended, the subscription period ended for that on February 10th. So we are in the March subscription period, which is Daisy Daydream. We are got about 8 days, well, 7 days. There's a change happening with Paper Pumpkin. We are going to be moving from the Paper Pumpkin website over to the Stampin' Up website. So Paper Pumpkin has always been sort of on its own website since 2013 when it came about, and now it's moving on to the Stampin' Up website. So this is a good thing, but it will also cause some confusion. And so I just want to make sure that you're aware of it. And if you are subscribing for March, then you will want to do it by the 9th. Otherwise, I'm afraid it might get caught up in the transition. They are going to transition the system on the 10th. And so they're encouraging everybody that wants to subscribe for March to get your subscription in by the 9th. So thank you for hearing that and taking the necessary action for yourself. And I believe if you're ongoing, there isn't anything for you to do or worry about. But I'm looking forward to the March kit because it's the anniversary kit. And so usually they give us a little extra surprise in the box. It's also a really gorgeous box. It's going to coordinate with some of the materials we already have in the catalog. So I'm really excited to see what the kit shares with us. So right now what we know is it's got a daisy theme. Looks like the colors. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. I don't know why. Um I don't know why that's happening. It says my camera is unplugged. And to plug it back in, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. All right. Well, it's always fun just trying to see what's happening. Hopefully you weren't exposed to that because you're on this camera. It was my camera that was having issues. So I was just about to tell you the colors that are in the Daisy Daydream. It is crumb cake, crushed curry, lemon lime twist, Lost Lagoon, mossy meadow, and berry vanilla. So lots of similar colors to what we're working with this month. Not no more pink. I also think that it looks like because of the Lost Lagoon, there's probably hues of oh my goodness. The blue that the name is just gone from me. I cannot think of the blue that I'm trying to, I want to say Bonnie blue, but that's not it. Um, and it's not baby blue. And there you go. My brain cannot come up with the name. So, and it's not on any of these other ones. So, oh well, there you have it. I have no brain today. And so yeah, it's a beautiful kit and I can't wait to see it. Have a sense that there's some type of bees included because there are the dies for March that are like a little beehive and then the bee. So lots of fun coming with that. So just be mindful that you are going to need to make any subscription changes or become a subscriber by the 9th in order to get this kit. So I have become sort of addicted to these kinds of cards that are slice and or cut and slice. I'm not sure. Anyway, or maybe it's cut and shuffle or slice and shuffle. I'm just not sure. But I used the paper from last week that I shared with you all, and I'm going to see if I can tell you the name of it without creating too much of a fuss. I had shared a bunch of that with you last week, and it's called Serene Love. And it's got the one that has you know, the Old Olive, the Lost Lagoon, and the Night of Navy in it. And so I used some of that paper because I had told you I was going to try and play around with it, um, play around with it for this week. And so I did do that. And I've been playing around with a different type of slice and shuffle. That's what we'll call it. And I wanted to show you how I did this because I think it's super fun. We have our dimensionals out here. And so I have put this one together just because I wanted to kind of show you what it looks like. And I've put it on a piece of DSP to put everything together. But I've picked different colors or different patterned paper out for this one to show you. And I am using the um, Timeless Plaid paper. And so we have the 6x6 Timeless Plaid paper. And I'm just going to flip through here and show you this side and then show you this side. And this is a really beautiful pad of paper. I am loving all of the plaids and the colors included. And so I thought, oh, that would be great to show you how I did this particular card layout. So we have 5 different patterns here, and we're going to cut all 5. And I think that's a little crazy, but it's the only way to really do it right. So let's just see how we can do. Um, this edge has a very pale stripe on it, and it keeps making me think that the paper is not lined up, but it is. So we're going to go once through here, and then we're going to go back through here, and I think we might need to go again. There we go. Oh my goodness. There. So now it does take a little bit of effort. So I'm cutting this to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And, you know, you might want to change your blade once you've done this because it is going to be very very tight here. There we go. That's the way to go. Um, all right, so now we have the paper the size that we want it, and we're gonna make, I think it's gonna make 4 cuts. And it actually is laid out like this in my head. And so you don't even really need to measure. I have an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. And so I am just going to go through here and keep cutting, and hopefully we get a nice good cut. All right, so that's the first one. So we have that piece, right? And now we're going to cut this piece here. And I am going to scoot it down just a little bit. All right. And we're going to cut this one off like so. All right. And so this one goes right here. All right. And then we're going to also cut from that edge again, but we're going to scoot it over quite a bit, and get on this edge over here like so. All right. And that's going to go right here. And that, so we'll just make sure we get a good cut. Ah, all right. So then we have this piece here. Okay. And that actually was on the bottom. So let me just get it back in order. So that one goes there. And then we have this piece here. And we are going to use this line to just bring it, almost making just a real triangle in the middle. Although it will not be fully, um, it will not be fully even. Um, oh my goodness. We can get that to fall away. There we go. All right, so that's our 5 sheets. Okay. So this one goes in here like so, and then this one goes here. Now it looks a little bit different because it's always going to look a little bit different whenever you play around with things. And so I'm going to just take off some of these papers so that you can see how this would look. Let's see, which one don't we have? This one. So that is the 5 different, oh, no, we got one more over here. Where'd this one go? Um, okay. It's not necessarily the way I would do the layout, but that shows you like you're going to have those pieces cut out like so. Then I like to take a piece of cardstock that is cut to the size that you want to layer it all together. And so this is where you would come in and start to put this together on here, because it's a bit like paper piecing. Um, and I'm just not going to put a lot of glue on because I just want to show you how I made this. Um, to be honest, that's all I'm doing here. is just showing you how I put this together. Okay, and so just putting that into that piece. Then we're going to put this piece on um, down here at the bottom. Whoops. And that's going to go right here. So it really should fit perfectly whenever you have it all put on. Now, what could be different is the white, the basic white piece, only because of the fact that we cut it separately, okay? And so that potentially could be different. Um, if I didn't measure it exactly right, okay? So I'm seeing a little bit of a white edge here on it, and just making sure I got this right. um yeah, I have a little bit of a white edge there, which happens, we're not perfect when we cut. And so the neat thing about it is it really does allow you can make 5 cards from this, and you can get a very different look each time. And it creates a really neat looking background. Um, so that's the center piece. Get all the pieces lined up properly. So believe it or not, it's not always easy to put it all back together. And then here, like, look here, I have like a little bit of a difference here. And so I want to see if I can kind of move my paper just a little bit, because with the glue, you get a little bit of forgiveness. And you can kind of move things a little bit with it um, before it's fully adhered down. So this should hopefully help close that gap. But this is where some of this paper piecing is kind of interesting, and you can play along with putting it all together. And you really do get a very neat background. Whoops, that didn't go well. There you go. On here. So you get a really, really cool background. I need to glue this one edge down that I pulled up. This piece is not actually perfect, in my opinion, but it looks really cool. Isn't that awesome? So this is a great way for you to like put, together some layers. And I actually have a piece of old olive here. I thought would be great for this. So to put it on to some old olive, or you could put it on to the Pretty and Peacock, or I could get out some Lost Lagoon to use for it. But I wanted to really show you how I put this together, so that you can try to understand that piece of it. And so I didn't want to like create too much confusion going on, but I wanted to show you how I put that layered piece together, that we're going to use to create a card. So I'm going to just set this stuff aside now, and we're going to create a card with this piece. And I'm bringing back my piece of Pretty Peacock here. And so this piece, once I put it together, if something just wasn't, on here correctly, I kind of just trimmed it down. Hey, Kim, great to have you with us. I am creating some alternate projects using the February kit, although I was kind of demonstrating how I put together this layering piece and showed the way that I cut the paper and things like that to create the layering piece. Okay. And so this is from the DSP pack that is coordinates with this month's kit, and it's called Serene Love, and it's number 166261. And so that's what I was doing. And so I wanted to show how I created that. So we have this piece we're going to layer on. We're going to put a little vellum piece across here, but I need to trim it. Okay, and then I wanted to show you, I stamped some of the chive images with I did them ahead of time, and I will show you, like, this was super easy to do. It just is a lot of time to do on the video, and so I'm trying to keep it tight. Yes, all of the products are Stampin' Up. Yes, ma'am. Um, and so, but this is a paper pumpkin. So we are using the or the February paper pumpkin, Hello Spring, and the add-on dies and things like that. And so, I wanted to just show you like how easy this was. And I stamped a bunch of these, and then we have the dies for the flower and the chive itself. And so I went ahead and did a bunch of cutting ahead of time to put that together, okay, to kind of speed things up. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, and we're going to give this little vellum piece a little bit of a cut. So I want it to be slightly beyond this piece. And so this piece is 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut this to 4 inches. Right now it was, I think, 4.5 inches. So I'm just trimming that down. And then we can put this together. So I'm going to grab my Stampin'. Oh, I guess I put it over here. My little stamp mat, um, my paper piercing mat, so that we can do a little bit of stamping here on this piece. And this die piece came from the coordinating dies that go with the kit. So it was a bundle this time, the Grow with Love bundle. And these are the stamps. So as you can see, it has a lot of the similar things that are in the kit for the Stampin' Up kit. And so you have images that match the things that are in the paper pumpkin kit. Oh yeah, the little dies, they are tough. So I will tell you, one of the things that is my lifesaver is I use a little bit of this tape. So like a little bit of a washi tape. So whenever I am using, when I'm cutting and I have this, or even the flower, you could use it on both of these. I just, put my die down and make sure it's where I want it. And then I use some of this paper to just tack it down, the die itself. And it works really great with small ones too. And so if you don't have some of this tape, this is not a Stampin' Up product, this tape. It's actually, this is Sizzix, but you can use a lot of different things. There is this blue tape. I think this is from Amazon. So this might be called like correction tape. And that's when some people use actual washi tape. You just want to make sure that it's a low tack, meaning you don't want it to be super sticky because you don't want it to tear your paper when you're using it. So, just definitely that in. But yes, definitely use the the washi tape or the correction tape to hold my dies down, because I feel like the small ones, the biggest challenge is keeping them in the right spot. And then, you know, it doesn't cut right, right? And then you're disappointed and all that kinds of things. So definitely, definitely something to consider. So this is the dies that with this stamp set, and you'll notice this stamp image right here is exactly the same as the one from the kit. And so this is one of the pieces from the kit. And so it's exactly the same. Okay. And I could have stamped on here. I'm not doing that today. But definitely you could do that. But I did use the dies to cut that out for this card. Okay. And then I stamped the chives and everything and the flowers. So just doing a few things ahead of time just so that, you know, it's kind of a lot sometimes to do on the live, but I love the little dies that come with the paper pumpkin, the ones that coordinate and that you can buy as an add-on, because they go with the mini die cutting machine, and that is like something that we can use on the live, but I had to create a few of those, so I just did them ahead of time and wanted to just show how that's going to go together. So this is going to go on here. We're going to put the vellum on here also. It's going to kind of hang off. It's going to kind of hang off the edge there of the floral piece in the center. And you know, so we have that piece, but what I wanted to do here is I want to do some stamping with the like ground. I don't know what this is really. It's just a little um I don't know, it's like a little hash marks or something. And last week I was telling everybody that when I use a new stamp, I'm trying this new method out that I had heard from people, because when the stamps come out of the factory, they have a little bit of residue on them from being in the mold. And so this just creates like a cloudy image on here, and just rubbing that. So it's just my finger, nothing else. And I'll get a little piece of my cardboard here to test out my piece. I also want to do a stamp off with it. And so I'm getting my old olive ink. So I want to use the old olive ink here. And so I'm getting my ink out also. And so let's just test the stamp first and see how it does. Oh, that looks good. So that's all that image is just some little tick marks. But it's going to give a little bit of a fun background to this white paper, because I just want to do second generation on here. And I'm just kind of turning this a couple different directions. And I'm just going to do one more. And I'm going to put my piece up here because I'm going to stamp off the edge. And I'm going to just do one more right here. So all I did was add a little bit of that edge, that little funky little background stamp onto this white piece, okay? Just to give it a little bit of depth and texture for what we're doing. Okay, and so then I am now, we're going to put the card together. And so let's see, let's go ahead and build this up first. So I have my chives that we're going to put on here, and it's just going to go right onto there. I'm going to use dimensionals to pop it up. But before I do that, I kind of want to I know what else I wanted to do. I wanted to stamp also a couple of the chives on here as well, just, or I think one anyway, on here so that it looks a little more full on the page. So let me just, and I need this for stamping off. So I don't want to have a full generation on here. So I'm just putting it off to the side here, like so. And so there, that's what I'm gonna get. And I'm happy about the different grade of color there. So we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna bring in the the Petunia Pop color, and this is the stamp spot that came in the kit. And we're going to use the flower stamp here, and I'm going to stamp off with that as well. And we're just going to put in a couple of these onto this card base, this little piece here. And then we're going to put one more, and I think I'm going to put it, let's see. I think I'm going to put it right up here. There we go. And it's just really faint, but I just wanted like another little image in there in the background, okay? And so we have the chives that I'm going to bring in, and we're going to do it a little bit off of this. It's actually going to be a little higher up on here, like so. And I don't know, maybe I do. No, I want it up higher. This is going to be just fine. I'm going to move it over. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. All right, so we're going to put this on with some dimensionals. And I know I have some little tiny ones out here. So these are the mini dimensionals, and they don't come in the kit this time. These are mine from a prior purchase. All right, and so I'm just putting on 4 of these little chive, 4 mini dimensionals onto the chives. And I use basic white to cut the chives and old olive, and I stamped off, so second generation here. And then this is going to come up right here, like so. Okay. And that we have the 2 flowers now that we got to put onto our chives. So I'm going to use little baby dimensionals again, and we will put those on right here. And let's see. I didn't know chives bloomed either. And so yeah, this is a new thing to me as well. I am learning. I also understand like it's not as bright as the ink in first generation, so it's that's one of the reasons why we're doing a little bit of stamp off. So here is what this little card uh, piece is looking like. So the little piece we're going to add to the card front. And I'm not really sure what's happening, but my camera keeps going off. Thankfully, y'all are not being impacted by that. And so we have this. Now, I'm also going to use some linen thread on here. So we are going to go ahead and put our first layer on, which is the slice and shuffle that I demonstrated at the beginning of this video. So if you want to see that, you'll be able to see it when the replay is available. And so we're going to put this down, and I'm just going to get my bone folder so we can smooth out the glue right here. And then we're going to add the vellum piece on here, and it's going to go in the center, across the center. Now I'm just going to put this on with a couple of glue dots because I do not need this to be like super tacked down. I just want it to stay in place. So I am just putting 2 little glue dots in the center. And I know that this is going to get covered up. And so let's see here. I just want to make sure I have it in the center. So right here is where we're going with it. So there we go. And so that's what we have for that. Now this is going to get put on with dimensionals, and in our kit we got this giant page of dimensionals, so I am going to add that to here. I also don't need a ton of dimensionals on here. Oh, before we do that, I want to add the linen thread. So I love to wrap my linen thread around stuff. And so I am going to just try and uncurl it a little bit. So I do that by taking it through my finger and my nail to just kind of take all the kinks out of it. Okay. And I like to get a loopy bow on here. So we're going to do that. And I like to just wrap it around. Okay. So I definitely cut more thread than I needed, but that's okay. And let's see here. We're just going to get a kind of a floppy bow over here is what I like to get. So I had some extra there. So that's just going around the card, and this is kind of over on the right side. Okay. I'm moving it a tad because we're going to put this item is going to go right here on the side. So I am just lining this up, trying to get it as straight as I can and in the center as much as I can. All right. And so that's going on there like so. And then we have our linen thread that's a little floppy. And so that is our base. And I love the background. It just adds a little bit more of eclectic look to it all. And now I want to see what I have from some gems to add to this. And I'm thinking I may just stick with some rhinestones. I'm not sure. Let's see what I have, because I had gotten some of these different ones, but I'm not. Oh, that's pretty. No, I think I just want some plain, something plain, but a little shiny. So where are my iridescent? There they are. These are the ones I want. So these are iridescent faceted gems, and they are still available in online. So we're just going to add some of these using my take your pick. So just going to take one big one and put it up here, and then we'll take a couple of the smaller ones and add those down here like so. And that is our card. So this is our first alternate. I'm not going to do the inside. It's just I'm just gonna stick a white, basic white piece in there. But I just love this with the little pop of pink on there. But the iridescent kind of pulls it all together. If I wanted, I could add, oh, maybe we'll do that. If I can find my Wink of Stella very quickly. Um, thought I had some here. Here it is. I think some Wink of Stella on the flowers would be awesome. And that would give this some added color, added little bling as well. So just adding that in here. So yeah. Oh, I love that. I love it. So there we have it. Just a little bit of shine on here. Um, and so that's our first card. So now let's move on to our next card. So again, as I mentioned, I did some die cutting. So now I just have a ton of flowers I want to cut out for use in the future. And so we are going to be playing now with the lemon lime twist. And we have this card piece is from the kit. So I have taken the card base that was in the paper pumpkin kit and cut it down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. And then we have a card base that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So we'll go ahead and burnish the score lines, just making sure that's all laying straight there. Okay, so we have that. I had this little piece left over from that card base, so I'm going to add it to the inside of the card. So we'll use that to put on the inside of the card. All right, and then we'll go ahead and work on our card front. So that's going to go there. I also cut out from the dies, which are really for the March kit, but I got a little beehive and a little bee, and I thought we might add those to this card. And we're going to start with this piece here is measures at 4 3/4 by 2 5/8. And this is like a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. So this is 2 3/8 by 4 1/2. Okay. So we are going to layer those on. I want to do some stamping on here before we do that. I want to do some stamping on here as a sentiment. And then I have our items, the dies, the chives and the flowers that I cut already. So let me get my stamp pad here, my Pearson mat, for us to do some stamping. And so let's see on here again, I want to use the old olive and put some of those little background markings onto this card piece. So I'm going to just bring this in like this, and I'm going to do these at full strength. I just think it's okay with this card because the the background with that is very bright. And so I am just trying to I guess balance that out a bit. Okay, so just adding those pieces on, and then I thought I would do the sentiment as well in the old olive. So let's see. I think Hello Spring fits on here perfectly, so we're gonna stick with that. Although I have the Happy Easter. No, I'll just stick with this. Um, all right, so Hello Spring is I'm just gonna put it a little bit over to the right. That way we can add a little gem, but there we have that. So there's our little sentiment that we're going to use on the card. And now we can put all this together. All right, so let's go ahead and move this out of here. And we'll start to get our pieces layered up. So let me move this out of the way and these out of the way. And we'll put this down. So using my multi-purpose liquid glue, that's my favorite. And just make sure we have this on straight. There we go. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I appreciate the nice comments. That's very nice. Yes, the honeycomb and the bee are really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and just stick this down since we have it all here and put this on the inside. Um, like so. So I'm going to do this. Smooth out that glue. All right. And then we will work on this piece. So I'm going to glue this layer onto the larger piece. And it's going to go right like that. And this piece is going to go on here. I think I'm going to put this down with glue. I'm trying to decide. I think I want to wrap some linen around here. Let's just see how much I have here. If I can get a little knot or if it's just too much. I think it's too small. Where is it? Here we go. All right, we'll do better measuring this time. So I have to have my loopy bow. All right, so just again, this is how I get the kinks out of it. And so we will put this right here. Once again, a floppy bow, that's my thing I like to do now. It's getting to be very commonplace. So I'm gonna just trim off my little leftovers there. Did much better with that one. But we're gonna have that on here like so. And I'm not exactly sure where I want this. So before we tack things down, we'll get it all figured out. But I think this is gonna be right at the bottom here. And then we'll put one next to it a little higher up, like so. And then we have our flowers that will come on, and I think I'm only going to need 3 flowers. Yep, that's what we're going to have there. So I'll put that one away. Okay. And then we're going to stick the little honeycomb, and I used some gold foil paper. Now, this one was the one that had the wood grain, and I don't remember the name of it, but you could just use any gold foil for it. And so that is where this is coming in. So I think we have it like that, or this may go down here. So the last piece of this is I want to stick in the bubble bath piece that came in the kit, this little wedged piece there. And then we're going to put Hello Spring right above it. So let's see if I put this on here, which is kind of my plan. Can I just stick it all right up in here? I think I could. Just have to get it straight. There we go. So that could go like that, there. And then I could add the little bee right next to it. I knew there was a reason why I wanted that to be off to the right. All right, so that's what I think. So I wanted that bow up high enough. That's was my thing. So, all right, so let's just, I think, scoot that little bow up just a little bit higher on here, like so, there. And then we will start to put our flowers on. So the first one I'm going to glue down. The first chive I'm going to glue down. And that one's going to go towards the bottom here, like so. And then this one, we're going to use dimensionals and put some dimensionals on here. Like so. And this one is going to go up a little bit higher so that this stem here and this stem here that get a flower, they're going to share a flower. So then I just have 3 flowers to add on. So 2 of them are going to get glued down. So let's do that right here. So one is going right here like that. And oh, we're going to pop the other 2 up. All right, so then we need 1 dimensional here and 1 dimensional here. So Kim, do you get a paper pumpkin? I think you can get them in Canada, in Alaska. I believe so. It's a great subscription box if you're not familiar with that. And then that one's going there. So that's how our chives are going to look on this card. So also the reason for this is I wanted to show you like one with the stamped off and one with not, first generation and second generation. So I just love it. I like how this is going. All right, so I think I might add this to the back of here with a glue dot. and make that a little bit easier. So it's going right up here. All right. So these guys are going on. Like so. All right, so now I'm going to use some dimensionals, I think, to put this on. Cover up that glue dot with that dimensional. All right, so let's get this moved. All right, so just lining my card up here. And we are laying this down. Like so. There we go. Oh yeah, no, you should think about it. Um, the kits are really amazing now. They have really come a long way. They have so many great products in them. I definitely encourage you to give it a try. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions for you. Um, all right, so I want to glue this down to here. And I'm doing this a little bit at an angle. That way, if it's not straight, nobody will know the difference. And we're going to glue this down the top. I think we just need some glue right there. And this is going to go right on here. So, like that. And then the B is going to go on that end. So just putting a very little glue onto the B, get them tacked down. So they're like that. Oh, I love it. I love it. So that is our second card. I know, I hear you. I have that problem myself. But all the cards we make can be made just about with any supplies. So, just take the ideas and use that to create something with the materials that you have. Um, so there we have that. All right, so hello spring. And then we have this card. We did not put a sentiment on here, and that's okay. Like, it's okay not to put a sentiment on a card, okay? All right, I have one more card for you today. And so we're using some of the pieces from the card kit. Well, hopefully we'll be quick because I see that we're almost at the hour. Um, and I don't want to keep you too much longer. So I am going to just fold this over. We're going to move quick. This piece is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And it was not the best piece of card base, but I thought I'm using it. So we have a white background. And once again, I am going to bring in the little background stamp. And we are going to put this on again with the old olive. Um, I think I will stamp this one off to give it a second generation image. I'm gonna wipe my block off because I have some ink that has gotten on here and I'm just trying not to create too much of a mess. So I am going to just stamp off each time. And I see I'm making a mess on my block with that. And there is no method to my madness, to be honest. I'm just trying to put some background on this stark white piece of paper. So I'm going to move this up on here so that I can get off the paper without any trouble. So like that. And there will be things going on in the middle of the card, so I don't necessarily need this to be in the middle. Like so. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Again, we're just trying to take up some of that white space on the card. All right, and then I don't have a plan for my sentiment, so let's see. Um, let me get the box and we will get one of the circles out for the sentiment. So I did want to show you, like, I'm using some of the extra paper in the kit to do some of the flowers stamps as well, to die cut them out. Because I think it'll be fun to see the difference with it on the bubble bath as well. And so it just gives it a different look. All right, so I'm using a couple of the card bases in the kit to create these two pieces. They are not the same size. They are almost the same size. So let me tell you, the um balmy blue, that's the color I couldn't think of earlier. The balmy blue is 4 inches by 2 3/4, and the basic beige is 4 1/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And once again, my camera fell off. I just don't understand that. So, all right. So, we want to go ahead also and stamp the sentiment with the old olive. And so let's see. Um, I guess we'll just stick with the Hello Spring, since it's all here and ready to go. All right, so it fits perfectly on this circle. And who can't use Hello Spring, right? So keeping it simple. I want, my cards to be useful, and this helps whenever they are a sentiment that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. We have this, let me just flip this over. This is less run down. This white piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I've stamped on it second generation using the old olive. Then we're going to be coming in with this piece of the balmy blue, and it's going to go, I think it's going to go on top. So this one's going down first, and this is the paper that has the foil image in it. Um, Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I appreciate that. So this one has like the little bit of a copper foil, and so basically that's going to go over it. So see, we didn't need to stamp all in here. I just wasn't sure exactly where it would pop out. So, um, and then this one's going to come on this side of it. And I think I'm going to keep it like that. All right. Then we're going to bring this little cute card in, and it's going to be straight, parallel to the top and the bottom. And then because it has, we have the mint die cut, I love the idea that we could just pop this up on here and still have this beautiful back back piece with all of the lining and all that kind of stuff. And then we will add the Hello Spring, and that is how simple this card is going together. Okay, so we will get this done post very quickly and get you guys on your way to dinner. I assume dinner at least. For me, it will be dinner. Um, And so let me just smooth out the glue. There we go. And then this piece first. And it's going to go at an angle. I love how just messy you can, do when you just have a little piece like this, right? You can just create a very simple um background, but it also then looks fancy because it's got a lot of layers, and so very, very nice. So just bring this down like so, and that's that. All right. So this one's going to go on, it's going to go straight on there. And we're going to glue this one down as well. And let me just straighten this out and make sure I get this on here. There we go. Like that. Then this is going to go on with dimensionals. And again, I'm going to use my little mini dimensionals. I think that'll do it. To just pop up over this flower. Actually, it's not a flower. It's a mint herb. Did I get them all? Yeah. All right. So I'm just making sure that I'm lining it up like so. And so that's what that ends up looking like. I love that it gives the shadow. The Hello Spring, we're just going to bring it in under here, and we're going to cover up the word mint right down here. And I'm going to glue that down just like so. And that is how easy this card is. And I'm not adding anything to it. If I did, I would add one little of these. I would only add one. So let's just do that. I'm just going to add one right here on the Hello Spring. And there you have it. Okay. And so that's our card. Oh, it's 2 p.m. there. Well, that is too early for dinner. um, oh, such very nice comments. Thank you so much. I'm glad you were here to join me this evening. I'm just gonna throw this on the inside of here to finish this off, and keep it simple. I have one little piece that was left when I was trimming the Balmy Blue Lost Lagoon piece. So let me just do this really quick. So I have this piece I thought I would just add down here um, to dress it up just a tad. And there we go. Just like that. And so those are our cards for today. I just love it. Hey, Susan, great to see you here. Lots of fun, lots of fun we had. If you missed part of it, you'll be able to see the replay and catch up on the little slice and shuffle that I shared. So lots of fun cards. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Enjoyed chatting with you as well. I'd love for you to join us again sometime. Um, Susan, are you loving the weather? It's so beautiful the last 2 days, I think. Um, so happy about that. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to join me today. And if you're not here live and you catch the replay, just pop me a note and tell me you came by. I appreciate that so much. It is great. I agree. So have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and a great week ahead. And I will see you next Sunday with some more alternates here on Think Creatively Sunday Live. So have a great week, everybody. Bye bye.